Welcome back to week 5 of our 90-day blitz out of 12 lessons that we talk about multiple times in a week. Over these next 90 days, you are going to be in the know, in the clear, in the clarity for how it is you can manifest your life in the way that you desire financially, with your health, with your wealth, with your relationships, with all the things, because you deserve it, don't you? Yes, you do. Now, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure to ring the bell so you can be notified every single time I post a video, especially inside this playlist. You'll be so glad you did. I promise you that. And on top of that, make sure to hit a like as soon as you find value from this video, that aha moment, that one sentence that just made your heart explode, that said, yes, I have more clarity. Give me a like, drop me a comment or question if you do have one, okay? Now, inside of this video and inside of this entire week, number 5, we are talking about how to think yourself into the results. We talked about yesterday about the flea. The 36 vertical now turned into 6 inches because he just keeps hitting his head. It's like that PTSD of your life that says you can't, won't, shouldn't go into this business or purchase that thing or get in that relationship because you have what's back here saying, hey, you have evidence that this is not going to work out. So then you decide to believe that thought, right? Not anymore. In the next couple days, we are going to discuss the 6 things that I want you to step into. And now, today, literally in the moment of this video, be able to reject and decline what you see, smell, taste, touch, and hear. Okay, especially the see and the hear. What you see and what you hear are probably the biggest senses that we have. And when you decide to turn those things off, when you decide to reroute, still have them come up, because we can't just not have those 5 senses. We will always be able to touch things and feel things and see things and all the things, right? We'll be able to do that. We have those 5 senses locked and loaded. That's who we are. But when you can understand how to reroute those things and step into what I call the 6 higher faculties, you will be unstoppable. You will be magnetic. You will think something and get the result with a lot more ease, where it honestly does feel like magic. Okay? You want to be magical in your life. You want to attract like-minded things. You want others to then have that same impact and have that contagious energy, that freedom. Rather than talking about it, you can actually have it. You can be it. Then make sure to pay attention inside of this week. And if you haven't done the first few weeks, please go do that, because it's not just a one thing fix all. No, this is not an overnight get rich quick, ta-da, microwave moment. This is not the lottery. This is something that, when diligently worked on, removing, rejecting, declining your 5 senses more often, not perfection. We're just looking for a little bit better per day, right? When you then can go into your 6 higher faculties, then and only then will you actually start getting the results that you want in your life. Okay? Now, what are these 6 higher faculties? In no particular order. And over the next couple of days, I'll do 2 at a time. Okay? What are these 6 higher faculties? You have perception, will, imagination, memory, reason, and intuition. Okay, in no particular order. Those 6 things, which we'll talk about over the next couple of days in chunks of 2, your perception, your will, your imagination, your memory, the reason that you have in your life, reasoning, and the intuition that you have, or maybe you've suppressed, those 6 things are what allows you to actually create the life that you want. Okay. So I want you to think of an example. Let's see. If let's say I don't even break my arm. Let's say I just do this experiment that I'm expressing right now. Don't really do this, but just hear me out, okay? If I put my arm in a sling and this arm keeps doing what it's doing, let's say it goes to the gym, it works out, I'm lifting weights, whatever, but this one is in a sling. Wouldn't eventually, over time, this arm not be able to do what this is doing, right? Because this arm is now conditioned to just be resting. This arm is conditioned to not feel like it can move. Did you know that same idea is the exact same as the results that you have or don't have. You've been conditioned to hold yourself to a certain standard. You've been conditioned to limit yourself in the movement of your life. You might see the success over here. Someone's just cranking it out. They're totally rocking. So, what's the difference between this person here with the muscles, with the exercise, so to speak? What's the difference between this movement, this momentum over here, and this one in the sling? What it is you're feeding your mind, as you can probably guess, hence the mindset mastery. It's a mindset, right? Is your mind set to what it is you want? Are you being mindful about the things that you desire, or are you being mindless? You making noise. Okay. The noise, the unawareness would come from what you see, smell, taste, touch, hear. You hear something, you see something, whatever, and you accept it as a belief in an instant because that's what you've been programmed to do. Oh, the economy sucks. Oh, the government. Oh, wow. No houses. Oh, people can't afford things. Blah, blah, blah. And you go down this rabbit hole of belief and you don't even have any proof. You just accept the belief in an instant because that's what you always done. Just like the sling, you limit yourself. Okay. What I want you to start doing, and as we go over the main and bigger concepts over the next couple days for perception, will, imagination, memory, reason, intuition, as we go through those things, I really want you to understand how to replace what you see, smell, taste, touch, hear with these six higher things. When you have a thought, when someone says something, when you hear something and you say, nah, 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 that does not help me out with my goals. That does not match the person I'm trying to be and who and what I want to create. I want you to replace them with the six higher faculties. And we'll talk about those because if you want to get out of the sling mentality, you want to get out of the no movement and no fulfillment and just the same old and disintegration. If you want to step into creation where there's building, there's muscle, there is movement. You want to be on this side, not this side. You've really got to understand these six higher faculties. And that's what this week is about. Okay. So get the picture through your mind. If I put a sling on myself, eventually this arm would not be as strong. This arm would not be as resilient. This arm would not know how to move correctly. Even if you never broke your arm, I can guarantee if you actually did this, which don't, but let's say you did, if you actually did this sling analogy, this arm would decrease. Even if this arm just stayed active as it was, let's say it didn't increase, it didn't go to the gym and lift weights, let's say it just was whatever you were already doing, but this arm stopped. You've got two choices in life. You can either disintegrate or you can create. And how you get away from the backward movement in your life, the no progress, is by getting rid of the habit of your five senses. What you see, smell, taste, touch, hear. Those things are liars. And over the next couple of days, we're going to talk about how to replace them with what you deserve and what's better so you can route your life in the way that you want. Make sure to hit a like on this video if you found value from it. Drop a comment or a question if you've got one, and we'll see you on the next day with Grace Kirsty.